No, I was born in Fort Smith, Huntington, Arkansas. Moved to Fort Smith, joined the United States Air Force, and then they sent me to Spokane. And then 12 years later, I moved to Portland. July 4th, 1963. That's the day I arrived. Well, in Arkansas, you know, in the South, you know where you belong and you know what you can do and you know what you can't do. I think I was 17 before I went in the front door of a restaurant, because in Arkansas, they had if you go to a restaurant, they had an entrance in the back where you could go in back and sit down. And they always served the same thing. It was called Mulligan Stew, which you take everything that you didn't sell the day before, you put it in and make a stew. Then you sell it, you know, to the blacks that come in, and regular people ate regular food, but you were able to get a bowl of soup. It's the underlying racism that happens in Portland, and it's controlled pretty good by the city and state and everything else. You know, everybody knows where they're supposed to be, but they make you think that you can do anything, but you really can't, because of the redlining where you couldn't buy a house. You couldn't get insurance on a house if you bought one. So why would you buy a house if you can't get insurance? Let's go back to the 50s when the freeway came through, I-5. All the blacks lived down where the Coliseum is now, and the Rose Garden. They lived near the water. That's where everyone lived. But the freeway came through, and that's displaced everyone, so they moved everybody north about Russell Street, all the way up to about Fremont, right in that area. Changes in the neighborhood started about 1970 for me, owning my nightclub on Williams and Russell. And they tore the building down in 1971. It's 2018, it's still empty. They just wanted the blacks out of there, and they did. They moved the blacks, I think, 400, 500, 600 homes. People were displaced. Then they moved them a little further north and start moving east. And then when the drug war came, everybody wanted the blacks, you know, you're in gunfire all night long, you know, you don't mind selling your house to get out. Now you go east. But then when the houses get run down with drug houses, and no one wanted to live in them, nobody wanted to live next to them, then the prices go down. And then the whites figure out, if I can buy a house for $30,000, which is worth $500,000 today, it's a pretty good deal. I have accounted for 94 businesses that used to be in the northeast area, and that is from Fremont to Interstate to Columbia to probably 33rd. Used to be almost 100 black-owned businesses. There's 5 left now. They've all been displaced.
So I come back over here, I got my kid, and we're doing this thing, and I used to sit on the porch. That's probably what Fawn was talking about. I used to sit on the porch, and I'll never forget, Anthony was like, "Mom, what are you doing?" I'd be outside at night. It's hot, I'd be outside. And I had my little TV out there. He said, "Mom, why are you outside?" I was like, "Oh, we used to do this all the time with kids, right? My parents would bring the TV outside. We'd all play kickball on the street right there. Those would be our bases." He said, "Mom, look around. There are no people out here." And I was like, he's right. There's no kids. There are no kids around here. If they got their little baby on their backpack, they ain't got no kids out here playing. They ain't got no kids around. Like, you've been there all the time. You know my dog's name, but you don't know me. I mean, like, it's just the arrogance in things like that. It's the arrogance when a developer can tell people that have been in these homes, well, that's just progress, or I live in the Northwest Hills, and, you know, we just have to figure out how to live together. But you don't care.
positive feelings that I get from our community rest in what we do ourselves for us, as opposed to being reliant on the government and the city and the leaders of the city to do that for us. I think we have to really understand history and know that what happened then is still happening now. And so I continue to see the same circumstances that existed that caused so many hardships for the Black community. Many of them still exist. I live with it every day. I work within that profile every day.
I'm Pi Disciple. I was born in Portland, Oregon, raised here my whole entire life, April 4th, 2001. And growing up here as a Black individual, you feel the racism, and it's almost uncomparable to other places because Portland has such a small town mentality in the sense that we're not developed, or that we're not underdeveloped or behind in times. But the racism here feels so passive.
I kind of see the behaviors of the city and some of the leadership in the city is pretty overt in terms of what they are doing. And I look at the history of what happened here, and I'm saying, you could probably do that once and get away with it, but you couldn't do it 2, 3, 4. This is time number 5. So how can what you're telling me that we should be doing is a positive for the community if the outcomes are all negative?
I lived in Portland 17 years, and for the years that I've been conscious enough, which is from such a very young age, I felt it, and I felt the gentrification, and I felt the eye upon a community, upon myself, upon anyone with the same complexion as me.